And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. My name is FDS, and welcome to the Ace Podcast. Gwyn! Billiam!
Hello, we're back. The
Billiam!
bill of the am is yes,
You elevated.
uh,
Elevate me to the
but that's
sky.
not his theme anymore, sir.
Sorry. Ashes to the sky.
This guy.
Also, the real important news coming
There
out of
you go.
Sakura Genesis. Aaron Hanare, everyone's favorite wrestler now.
Uh,
Aaron,
A-
motherfucker.
Aaron Hinare.
Aaron Hanare. What are your thoughts on
Matrix reboot is here.
What's this fucking
Chono reboot is
yeah,
here.
Chono. We have Chono at
Chono
home.
reboot. We do have. We
With
have
his-
him.
We have him at home.
We have him at home. Beat Sonata. What you know?
Yeah,
Blackjack and hookers. Oh wait.
yeah. Sakura Genesis was a show.
That was a show. But okay, so just hilariously, and let's humor me ahead of our bombardment of big shows.
Yeah.
Sakura Genesis, one of the major events on the New Japan calendar,
Usually
as it has
considered
been
like
in past years.
when you think of
Kind of like
the fourth, the big one of the
Big
four.
Four
Yeah.
pay-per-views. It's one of them.
Yeah, because usually you got Wrestle Kingdom, obviously your big
Yeah.
show, your G1 Climax, because you know G1. You got King of Pro Wrestling, which is often, and Dominion, which are also there. King of Pro Wrestling, and Dominion, and then but so Sakura is kind of like the fifth, one of the fifth. If you exclude G1,
It's also there.
yeah, if you exclude G1,
It
it's
is the
Kingdom,
event
Dominion,
where the New Japan Cup winner gets their shot. It's quite
Yeah.
big.
well the April event in general, obviously, but yeah.
April event,
Hmm.
formerly Invasion Attack.
And they had some other names, but I I can't remember. 'em.
This show had 6 matches. 4 of them were random ass tag team matches.
You know, don't you just love 10-man tags between Bullet Club and
You
Chaos?
absolutely adore them.
You know, we haven't seen enough of those over the last 7 years. No, we need more
No.
10-man tags of Bullet Club and Chaos.
We need 10 mans. We need 6 mans.
10-mans and 6-mans and 25-mans and Battle Royals and
What
KO
we need.
KOPWs.
KOPW.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah. Fuck. What do you... is certainly...
In the ferociously strangeness of it all, do you actually want to read off who's on these tag matches?
Sure.
Because I don't.
I mean, it's certainly a lot. It's the only one that really mattered was like Hanare when he came and joined fucking
Yes.
Empire.
That's the only intrigue that there was possibly there.
Yeah,
It turns out his Twitter work was a work.
yeah.
It's like, wait, he's not back home?
So they have 4 moves here listed as his like signature, as his new finish, his new finisher is called the Streets of Rage, and it is.
Yeah.
It's so unnecessarily complicated.
Street. Well, he's in a faction with Will Ospreay. It kind of
Yeah, but like Okan and Cobb have simple ass great
fits.
moves.
They do.
And then you have Hanare, who's like, alright, I gotta do a fisherman's, but then I'm gonna lift you up onto my shoulders into a shell shock position, and then I'm gonna hit you with a DVD!
big old Ryback fan right there.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck was, this was such a weird finish. I mean, it's cool, I mean,
I do believe our paraphrased verbiage from live watching was just do a Death Valley Driver.
yeah. Well,
Just do a normal one.
the reason why we insulted him for it was also because we called it a fireman's carry driver instead of a death
Fireman. It's not cool enough to be
No.
a Death Valley Driver.
The s-
Therefore, fireman carry driver.
Yeah. It's such like a weird choice for like a finisher.
Fireman carry driver.
Yeah, I don't. You know, they also have like some other moves listed here as the Berserker Bomb, whatever that is, the Teep Kick, and the Rugby Punt.
The teep kick.
Don't know what that is, but
Don't-
yeah.
So
Other
yes,
than that-
after all the intrigue of it's going to be someone new or like who could it possibly be? Because the free agent market in Japan was very
Small.
sparse.
Yeah. Most guys have been
As it were.
have been slapped up. or
Everyone's
snapped
been
up.
snapped up
Yeah.
by another company,
Yeah. It's
and
almost-
even then it's like someone new. It's like it's just an RA again.
yeah, Sanare. I mean, he's no longer. He's now. He's
He is now Aaron of the Hinare.
And yeah, he's a heel. He's gonna pin some junior heavyweights, and then he's gonna take the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
pin every other time.
And
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, he's the job.
Do
I
you
mean,
think?
mm,
Do you think Aaron Hinare makes it into G1?
no,
No.
no, I don't. I don't think
Interesting.
that. I don't even think this is enough for him to make it. Like with all the people they need to get into G1 anyway, they don't need to do.
Yeah.
They don't need to like. They
And
cannot waste a spot
our
on him.
my boy and yours, David Finlay, has his spot
Oh yeah, if they don't,
in.
Finley's going in because he's the one who I'm like, yeah, 100%. He's gonna be like a new face in the G1 because fucking
Please.
semifinals of NJC. That's usually like a sign that yeah, we're gonna put you in G1.
Yeah.
You,
And but they do need at least a couple of new names in there. David Finlay being one of the best ones.
yeah, because he proved he can. He's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. He's brilliant. Yeah. I mean, I think him and Osprey might be in tag league because I don't think Osprey's holding the belt till Wrestle Kingdom. I just don't see it. Like,
No.
oh, actually, but I'll get to my thoughts on that entire thing.
That.
Yeah.
That.
Moving on. Oh yeah, Tanahashi. He won a match, and now him and Jay is gonna main event Yokohama for never.
For
So
the Never belt. We also have Bullet Club Trio number 58 going for the Trios belt.
yeah. Kenta, Ishimori, and Yujiro. It was almost a good
Which...
trio. And then you put Yujiro in it.
And then you put Yujiro.
Well, I mean, okay, Kenta and Yujiro usually, when they're together.
Well, it's Yujiro. He's trying his best.
Yeah, I mean, Yujiro's not bad in tags, and him and Kenta can have like fun
No,
exchanges. Yeah,
yeah.
he's just fine. He'll probably take the pin because I don't see them winning.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Then we have the junior tag titles.
One of the two prevalent matches of
was good.
significance.
It was a good match.
It was a very good match,
Roppongi
as expected.
3K. The gear. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
The returning gear of one Yohei Komatsu.
It's not even close. There's no
There's
nothing here that's like close to match.
If you didn't know that he was in Roppongi 3K, you would have no idea that he was in Roppongi 3K.
If you didn't know these two were tag partners, I would not blame you.
They look like they're from different factions.
Yeah,
completely different factions at this point.
Yeah, Sho looks like he's in Chaos, and Yo looks like he's in Suzuki Gun. Like
he does.
It's so weird. The gear is just. Yeah.
I still do think the Yo heel turn is coming pretty soon.
I think it'll happen eventually at some point. I think
get one final tag run in there before you do it.
Yeah, I think it's likely him and Sho will be like how do I put this? I think Sho will stay in Chaos, and I think Yo will go to United Empire. Because I don't know. No one else really needs Yo. Suzuki could have 3 juniors. Bullet Club have. Well, they could. I guess Bullet Club could use one if you want to do like Ishimori and Yo as a tag team. But yeah.
I mean, are they really not gonna have Phantasmo for that long?
I mean, they will. I don't see the point in them. I'm just saying they could. There's no point.
The problem is, if they do that, then they'd be showing that they actually care about the junior tag division.
Yeah, you got a point.
We can't be having that.
Yeah.
Having that caring.
Double Belt Despy ended as soon as it began. We only got a month of it.
Yeah.
It was nice, but
you know what? It was it wasn't a fantastic month, but for the Despy marks like myself, we were happy boys.
Yeah.
Happy. We had great screenshots of double belts.
Yeah. And Yo debuted his new finisher, the direct drive, as he calls it.
And which is also his new.
It's like.
His new.
Yeah. It's such a weird.
Direct drive.
It's just like a fisherman. It's like a double underhook suplex. That's all it is.
Double underhook suplex if you held on.
Yeah. He doesn't release it. It's just like a double underhook.
He spins with it.
Yeah. It's not like
it looked really cool, but it was weird.
It's weird. It looks really cool. It's not a bad move.
You know what? You know what? A complicated enough finisher to be in United Empire.
Yeah. Well, it's complicated yet it's simple, so it fits perfectly in United Empire.
Right, I'm gonna lift you up for the Stormbreaker, but I'm just gonna kind of give up halfway through and hold on.
Speaking of Stormbreakers, my goodness.
Stormbreakers.
This happened.
Main event.
First of all, before we get to the result, the fucking match was dreadful. was boring as shit for like half of it.
I, I do believe we had what was called the establishment of the
Yes,
match for about 20 minutes.
about 20 minutes of establishment. This was going on at the same time as Utami B, so we were
We
simulcasting.
were live dual casting of the breakup.
And Utami B was just so much more entertaining. It was so much
Utami
better.
B was hilariously. Utami B was not the main event, but
No.
absolutely should.
It should have,
based
because
on
the main event kind of sucked. But
it wasn't.
no, it was
Nah.
not great.
Not quite.
And this also was bad. Like the junior tag title match was way better than this, and this was just.
It was.
Oh, actually, speaking of junior tag title, before we continue on with this, Roppongi
Yes.
3K's new theme is.
Oh no! I forgot about this. Why did you remind me of this?
I mean,
Why?
we're gonna have to hear
Oh.
it this month when we watch the tours anyway. So.
Oh, terrible piano.
It's
The
such
piano.
a bad theme. It's
The
just.
plinky plonky. It doesn't sound like an actual piano. It sounds like a MIDI
Yeah.
soundboard piano from some sort of software.
I thought it was Yo's theme at first, but it's like Yo's theme is just like a guitar instrumental generic thing, and this was just bad.
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
this is just their new theme, and it's
Yeah,
really
it
awful.
was so bad. Like just mix their two themes together. Don't do whatever this was. Like just pull a hybridize. Like that was like God. It was such a.
Hybridize.
Or just keep. What was wrong with the Roppongi? I don't get what was wrong with the Roppongi. The Roppongi 3K theme was hilariously
Yeah,
great.
I don't know why they got rid of the old one.
Rocky yelling "Show Yo" and Rock, hey, we about to make Roppongi 3K.
Fucking yo and show to say.
Roppongi! And you had like the chanting thing where you could get the fans to chant Roppongi along with the
Hell
theme.
yeah.
It was great. And now we have piano nonsense. It's just so bad. Yeah. But back to Billiam versus Ibushi. What is this? 4?
First one was at Wrestle Kingdom 13.
G1 29. G1 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is 4.
Yeah, number 4.
Wow. I did not like it.
And relatively, Osprey getting hot shotted to the belt, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, not relatively. He did. I don't care what you. Oh, well, he's a former never champion.
Yes, he won tournament. Oh, former never champion. That was a couple of years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And in more recent events, he was yucking it up in a feud with Tenkozy for 2 months before this.
He literally his last singles win before the cup was Kojima in a no DQ match that had no stakes. Like
0.
at least like Tenzon Okan had fake stakes. They had fake stakes.
What?
Because you know
Tenzon
just went and did
not full beef steak.
Not full beef steaks, but he at least went and did something. He like because fucking Tenzon decided to just I'm gonna keep doing the Mongolian chops and call them something else. That was basically what his response to that stipulation was after
These
he
are
lost.
no longer Mongolian chops, but they are Mongolian chops.
They are not Mongolian chops. They are true Mongolian chops.
Chop.
Yeah, and yeah, but like at least that had something. Whereas this was just that didn't have any like They could have made Kojima versus Osprey 4 British, like it wouldn't have been like a stretch.
He hasn't defended it in about 6 months.
Yeah, and he also wants to rename it the IWGP British title, and I will kill somebody if they do that. If Rev Pro and New Japan agree to that, I will.
Are we about to commit?
I'm not happy because no, you're not gonna tell me you're gonna unify 2 IWGP belts that have the person who you had unify them lose said belt to another guy who already has a belt, and have that guy make that belt that he already has, which isn't an IWGP belt, an IWGP belt, so he has 2, and we have a double IWGP champion anyway.
I know that our main talking point today is Billiam of the Osprey.
Yeah.
Of the British Isles. But let's spare a thought for the tattered remains of Kota Ibushi for a second.
Oh my god. Like, they have fucked him so hard. Since G130 ended, he has just been spit on. They have, like, first they took him...
On the grand story is, we'll have you win the IC title from Naito. You'll immediately lose it back to Naito. But you will win G1, but you will fail against Okada.
But
One will then have you kind of mess around with Tanahashi and tag.
yep,
Really, it's pretty good, but it's there.
yep,
Then we'll have you win your second G1 back to back.
yep.
Pretty big deal.
Pretty big deal. And then you lose
Big
the brief,
deal.
and then lose the briefcase to Jay.
But then you will lose. You won't even make it to Wrestle Kingdom. You'll lose to Jay White on the way.
Yep.
But through shenanigans, you will get your title shot back and have that before. So you'll win on night one. So the big moment doesn't actually happen on like the final bit of Wrestle Kingdom.
No.
You'll just beat Jay on night two.
In an
And then
annoyingly long match with so much.
and ferociously long.
Yeah.
Then you will become God
Well, in quotes. In quotes.
in several quotation marks. You'll
Yeah.
become God.
Yeah.
You'll be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
You will unify the two belts that we like and need.
The fans will explicitly hate it.
The fans and the other wrestlers in backstage comments
And
will also
a
shit
lot
on
of
it.
people in the community will hate it. And it's just.
And then you'll bring in the anime mech belt, Autobot Elite Guard belt,
Also, Divas Championship, ECW
Divas
Championship, the
belt.
bad one.
the
bad, not the good one.
And then you will lose it immediately
And then you will lose it immediately to a British man, who will then
to hot-shotted Britishman.
yeah. How do you feel, Ibushi? This is what happens when you sign a New Japan
How's
contract.
What do you think of this long-term push?
Like, oh my goodness. Oh, like you can count on one hand. I don't think you could say any of like Ibushi ever since he became heavyweight. I don't think any of his like heavyweight title runs have been good.
No,
I think they've all been bad.
they all have.
His never title run was terrible. His tag title
Okay, the
run sucked.
never run was more so just because Ospreay got injured.
No, because he won that. No, that wasn't because Ospreay got injured. They did that anyway, and they still flip flopped the belt out for no reason. It was dumb.
Well, no, Ospreay got injured, so Goto had to win it. So then Ibushi had to win it from Goto.
Yeah, it was very.
Rather than just Ospreay win it and then Ospreay defends or some shit.
Yeah. It's still bad. Like you can't, and then like
Yeah,
the tag titles, they win them, lose them immediately.
Tag.
Dangerous techers. It's just.
Tech.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then IC, as we mentioned, win, defend against Zack, lose.
It's the typical. All right, you've beaten the champion for it. Okay, then fill a defense, then you rematch with the champion, and then you lose it.
Yeah. And then
That we've seen way too much recently.
And then the heavyweight run that he got, and the second IC run as an extension, is tainted by the fact that he kept doing this unification bullshit, and now it doesn't matter because those belts are retired, and then this new belt, which he just won, he loses in his first defense. So
Yeah.
you, I like Kota Ibushi. He's a great wrestler, but.
Yes.
I don't get what New Japan's plan is here. It feels
Here's where I bring in my take. I don't Ospreay winning being your world champion is not inherently bad.
no, not
Like there's a lot of people that will have the opinion of Ospreay champion, boo, terrible. It's like that's not why it's bad. It's bad, but it's not why you think it's bad.
no. There's issues with
It's
it.
the very specific situation of you just scrapped two massive belts of significance and reverence from the fans and wrestlers
Yeah.
for this new belt, and you need to establish it. And if the one character in storyline who's for it loses it on their first defense, that's not good.
No, like I when I saw this, I compared it to how Inoki's first reign as Inoki as the first IWGP heavyweight title reign. He held it for a year before
Yeah.
they vacated it because he got injured. Like you can't. And I say this as somebody who has fantasy booked something like this previously, but
Yes.
this was. I think the difference there was it was a new belt and it was just there was no history behind it. But like this,
It wasn't scrapping other belts.
no, no, it was one belt and I wasn't doing anything stupid, and it it really comes back to the fact that New Japan, ever since the Naito story ended, they have just kind of there's no long-term direction. Like okay. I thought like maybe they're gonna do like at least with the Evil J stuff. I thought there was gonna be a story there, but they haven't. They stopped teasing that like immediately after WK.
It's not even that they put it on the back burner; they just stopped.
Yeah, now it's like they're best buddies all of a sudden. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're good now. We're pals. We're best friends.
So for several years, there was the Naito story going along alongside Okada
Yeah.
Ace Run.
Yeah.
We finally reached that end point of that ferociously long saga
Mm.
at Wrestle Kingdom 14,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of all right. The book's done. We can just it's like oh we have shows to do.
Oh.
Crap.
Like yeah, it really is like that. Like they don't know what to do from here. It's
Also, the departure of Harold Mage.
no, yeah. We all thought that was like, oh, maybe that'll be a good thing. Maybe because he's been
No,
causing problems backstage, and then just no,
no,
no, no.
he's been holding it together
He
this
was
entire
like the
time.
only reason this product was working, and it was just now it's just, oh,
Oh.
like this new guy. I don't know how much influence he has, but the booking is certainly like there's been a shift somewhere.
It's different. We'll
Yeah,
put it that way.
I think ever since post Power Struggle, I've just been like, it's just been
We don't
bad.
talk about this.
Everything after Power Struggle and onwards though, everything after that point, that's like the point where everything just went
The major
down.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if I get like, okay, maybe you want to just look aside from the booking aspects of Will. I mean, it doesn't make sense for him to win here. Like, it didn't make any sense for him to win.
Given the build where he sacrifices his girlfriend for a belt that he doesn't know what it looks like or what it is yet.
Yeah. He should
He cares. It's like no, he kind of should lose.
he should lose because you just had the man who just in storyline beat up his girlfriend to prove a point. You just had him win the title. That's not good.
I think it wasn't very good because with him winning New Cup, you finally gave United Empire the bit of legitimacy that they were so desperately needing.
Yeah.
And then you took it away in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, like they do, like oh anyone. Like I get you want to write B Priestley off, but there's
Just have him not show up.
yeah. We don't need a reasoning. It's fine.
No.
Like if like she's not like an integral character. She did one thing for about 6 months, and like
If she was a sympathetic character in New Japan, then maybe.
yeah, it wasn't like there was any signs of this before.
Then you'd actually have some form of heat for it.
Yeah. Whereas it's just
It
like
was just a thing that happened that was like, why did you do that?
and it's not like B had been cheating, helping Osprey and Okan and Cobb cheat throughout like several matches. So it's like this doesn't do anything. It just like oh my goodness, it's so just yeah. I'm not a fan.
Once again, Kota Ibushi in the mud.
He needs to go back to Cyberfight. Just go back to DDT, man. Like
start wrestling.
At least they treated him right there. At least the blow up doll matches, right? Like at least
Power driver on the.
Yeah, at least he won the blow up doll matches, not like fucking this shit. And then after this match, Osprey called out Okada, and then Shingo's like, "Hey, actually, I want a shot," which makes no goddamn sense.
The obligatory New Japan Cup finalist gets the shot after Sakura Genesis.
It really is that, but it makes so much less sense here because Osprey is 2-1 over him, and it's not like Osprey called him out. Whereas, like, I guess you could be like, well, Sonata lost to Okada in the finals. I'm like, yeah, but Okada said he wanted the match with Sonata. He specifically stated he wanted to face Sonata, whereas Will Ospreay said, I don't want to face Shingo. Let me fight Okada.
Either way, the booking trope of whoever loses in the New Japan Cup gets the shot at Dontaku is dumb.
I mean, I guess they didn't do it last year, which is actually decent. Cause, yeah.
Well, didn't we? I don't think we had a Dontaku.
Well, we didn't. No. I meant like the pay-per-view afterwards, which was like the Hinokuni where we had Hiromu.
That's like 1 out of like 5.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like thing. Like I guess they didn't do it last year, and that was about it. Like
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah. And so yeah, Dontaku is set.
So this is all to set up more things for the bombardment of shows.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it. The bombardment
Oh,
of
there's
shows.
there's there's more ors. There's actually they've somehow also managed to make worse things going into the Ntaku tour by
A
making
lot of things.
some idiotic matches. For
Mm.
example, for the KOPW 2021, Toriano will defend against Evil.
Former IWGP heavyweight and IWGP Intercontinental Champion. New Japan Cup 2020 winner. Evil.
Semi-finalist of NJC this year,
This year.
and he's not even they're not even main eventing the show.
What? Kapow's not even main eventing?
No, Junior Tag is main eventing over them. They've got Show and Yo defending the Junior
Oh
Tag
wait,
title.
wait.
This is
This is not a Korakuen?
no. This is wrestling Satsuma no Kuni, which is Kagoshima.
Oh. Oh
So
dear.
yeah, Evil's not even main eventing. Um, the juniors are getting the main event over
Okay.
him.
Granted, there's a possibility, just it's out there, that we may get another Evil Undertaker controller lights.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance
Against
Evil wins here, but like, do we really? I don't think I really want him to because I think he's better
Is
than
there
this.
is this would this be the first case of a wrestler winning a match being a burial?
I feel like it is because like I feel like he's better than this. Like
Yeah.
he's like this.
Like, okay, he
Uh,
hasn't been great, mainly because they've stuck him with manager bullshit.
yeah,
But as in not even regardless of talent or skill or interest of matches, they've established him to be more important than this.
yeah. Like come on. Like even Lij Evil was above this.
Yeah.
What is this? Like when I feel like Kenta going for 6 man is less of a burial than this. Like
Well, six man's not a joke, so well it is,
yeah,
but not
well,
the same joke.
not the same joke, but this is a
Different
comedy
joke.
belt. Why is uh,
When you
uh
have, I mean, it sucked when Zach went for it because like, oh Zach, bro.
yeah, but that was like
But
that had made some semblance of sense
in
because it
more
was
recent times, it's like Chase Owens, Yujiro going for it,
yeah,
that sort
it's
of stuff.
yeah, because like when Zach went for it, he was the first defense, and they did sort of they did have Sonata and
And
Okada
Okada,
in the
yeah.
first match, so it's like
But it's
yeah,
like settling into the lower card, and it's like, no, put Evil in there.
let's put Evil
It's
in
like,
there. It's
what are you doing?
like if it was
What is
Dick
this?
Toe, I feel like if they had just gone, if Yano had been like, I actually don't want to face Evil, I want to face Dick Togo, that would have been way funnier. Like that would have
Yeah,
made more
that'd be
sense.
great.
Just
That'd be great.
Dick Togo and Yano fucking around, and
I'm
like
more interested in Yano Dick to go screwing around with shenanigans stuff than Evil.
yeah, because he should be doing something else.
So yeah,
Like something better. This is the guy who was facing Okada like 2 months ago, and now he's gone down to KOPW bullshit.
sadly, in current era of New Japan, a lot of the established upper card guys, they just don't have anything of significance to do.
Oh gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because they scrapped the one thing that they were supposed to be doing of significance, and now they don't have
Maybe,
it. Ugh.
maybe.
Anyway, who do you have for this KOPW match, Gwyn?
How, Yano.
Yeah, I think so. Makes more sense, right?
Evil beat him in the News Cup, and he gets the win
Yeah.
back.
It'll be like some bullshit win, but yeah, because Evil's
Yeah, it'll be like lights go out. He goes for everything is evil, but then he gets like rolled up or something.
yeah, something like that. Junior tag titles, it's just a rematch, 3K versus Despi and Kanemaru for the billionth time. 3K retain, I assume.
Is there any other teams for them to face?
No.
Just fight Taguchi and Wato again.
Yeah, just forever.
But yeah,
Uh,
Roppongi would retain because why
yeah,
not?
3K retain.
Yeah,
Going back 8 days for the 6 man title match. Wow, this is Goto Ishii and Hashi's fourth defense. Wow.
they've held the belts for a while.
Yeah, good for Hashi.
Hashi goat.
This is harder. I think if Kenta wasn't on that team, I feel like it'd be easier. But like,
Well, yes,
I think Kenta and Ishimori kind of bring the stock up a bit.
they do.
So I think it's possible.
I think
Uh,
now that Chaos have the junior tag belts, they lose
Yeah,
6 man.
I think that's possible. I think they could retain as well, but because I think they are
Oh
like
yeah,
because I
they're
mean because
going on a big run, whatever the reason.
yeah, my thoughts would be like that maybe they want Unite Empire to eventually beat them for the belts, like Hanare, Okada, and
Hanare,
Cobb.
Cobb,
Yeah,
Okan. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's possible. Because yeah, I think if
Oh
you
yeah, no, I did actually predict this when we live watched.
yeah yeah
So I think to coincide with the Osprey Okada thing, it'll be Chaos versus Empire for the 6 man. So yeah,
yeah
I do think Chaos will retain here against
yeah.
Bullet Club. Then.
Either way, Chaos this Chaos trio has probably had the best 6 man title run ever because like all of their defenses have been good and they've
Yes,
beaten like several big names on this run. They literally have defenses over Okada, Zack and Taichi, Jay White, and then if they win here, Kenta as well. So like, yeah,
that's just the power of the Yoshihashi.
Yoshihashi, literally the best 6 man
Power.
champion.
Yeah,
Um, I would tell us to predict the second night of wrestling Satsuno Kuni, but there is literally no big matches on this card.
there's
Like,
nothing.
no, like the main event is Golden Aces versus Hanari and Cobb, and then the semi-main is
Uh,
and the semi-main is Naito and Shingo versus Okada and Osprey. Question
eh?
I have:
What?
why is this in
Eh?
the semi-main event and the other one's in the main event?
What?
What's going on here?
What? What's happening?
I don't. Yeah, why is Hanari the main event? Why is like that? That Osprey Okan versus Naito and Shingo is a bigger tag match. Why is that?
That's the feud to build. That's the feud to build up your main event.
And also Okan
It's
Naito in a
the world
singles
title.
match. Like Okan
That's
Naito is a
just
big singles match. What do you?
why is
I guess because Ibushi Cobb, but yeah.
I guess.
Uh, that's so weird. Um. All right. Now to night one of Wrestling Dontaku. So the main show. We'll skip the tags because they don't matter.
Yep.
So we have. Okay, I just saw the stipulation for one of these matches. First of all, we have a special singles match. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tongaloa. Pretty sure Zack wins that.
Well, I would hope so.
You think
I would
so?
hope.
You would think, but
I would
actually,
think. I would hope. I don't know.
yeah, It's just to set up.
Gorillas are destiny.
It's to set
Win.
up God versus Tekkers for either Yokohama or the
Yeah.
Tokyo Dome. So it's
Yeah.
fine. But continuing that, we have Taichi versus Tamatonga in an Iron Finger from Hell ladder match.
From hell.
From Hell.
To paraphrase your quote from ages ago, just stop trying to finger.
Hashtag stop fingering dangerous Tekkers.
Stop fingering them.
Why? What is it with Bullet Club and stealing other people's weapons? I don't understand this.
I'm gonna defend it. I'm gonna defend it because it's more interesting than everything else that they've been doing for the last few years.
I guess, but
It's more ententertaining.
it's
than what
more
they've been
entertaining. But oh my goodness! Oh, and apparently this is happening at Dontaku. I thought this was happening at Yokohama. Hiroshi Tanahashi is defending the Never Openweight Championship against Jay White.
Are you ready for on Jay White's Wikipedia page to have 4 singles belts on it?
If he wins, he becomes the first man to win all 4 of those singles belts.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Ta-da!
It makes sense. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. 2, he's had one good reign out of all of those title reigns.
With the US?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me like any of his other title reigns are good.
They're not.
No, they're all bad. And I think Tana might retain here.
I hope because Tana never reign seems more fun.
I feel like Tana is
Like this is his final singles run before daddom.
yeah, and I think he's a better person to elevate the title than Jay is.
Yes, because as much as they want to recontextualize the Never Openweight Championship as the secondary belt now that I see is dead.
Yeah.
Um, Jay White doesn't is not what Never Openweight.
No. I think
But everything that the belt has been,
I think
even though that
Tana's
he's not that.
yeah, and I think Tana's a better fit to transition Never from what it is now to what they want it to be
Yes.
because he actually is kind of embodies both of those. He's older
Yes.
and he can do a lot of hard hitting stuff, but he also does have that style of that main eventer. And I think him beating Jay is a better path than Jay just winning that title.
Yeah.
Because also, no one in Bullet Club should ever hold the Never Openweight Championship except for Kenta. Just nobody.
True.
Nobody.
True.
None of them
True.
fit that style. None of them make sense to hold that belt. Just keep it out of Bullet Club hands, except for Kenta. Kenta can win it. Maybe Phantasmo, maybe Ishimori, but other than that, no.
Maybe evil. Just everyone who isn't Jay White.
Maybe evil, barely, but
Everyone who is not one Jay White.
yeah. Um, I don't think Jay winning does anything for anyone here. Cause
Not really, no.
yeah, and then like
However,
you waste.
however,
Mm,
however,
mm,
it has just occurred to my brain
mm,
that there is a way that they could do this.
yeah,
Jay White wins never,
yeah.
gets challenged by David Finlay.
I think that's possible, but then it's just like I think you need never to main event Yokohama, and I think
I would rather that Jay Finlay have a rematch in the G1 rather than just another title match here randomly.
yeah.
But that could be a possible avenue.
I think that's possible, but I think what would be better is if Tanahashi retains, and then because you need, I think Jay, who could Jay realistically defend in the main event of Yokohama the never title against? I don't think Finley's big enough for that.
Tanahashi rematch.
Yeah, like that's about it. Yeah. Um, Tana versus.
Tana retains.
I think Tana retains, and then
Well, then whatever.
Cobb maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like who could challenge him after that.
Fights with Bullet Club again. Kenta or something.
Naito.
Oh, Naito going for never. Yeah,
Go for never.
That worked out great the other first time.
Yeah, when he was the champion. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't. Suzuki could be good if they can be bothered to do that with Suzuki, but
Problem is, you then have to put some attention on Suzuki and kind of that.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're already going for tag at the Tokyo Dome. That's enough already, right? Yeah.
No Suzuki though. Not allowed.
No. The namesake of the stable? No. Can't get pushed.
No.
Yeah, I think Tanahashi retaining makes the most sense. Who his challenger will be if he retains. It's the same thing with Jay though. Neither of them have like a clear challenger for Yokohama where it's a big enough match. So, yeah.
I also don't care about this match.
No. Yeah. They never have good matches anyway. Like they've had.
Yeah, well, fitting that they're challenging for the never open.
Yeah, they
Hate
have
myself.
faced each other so many times, and every time those matches have been bad. Like, I don't think I've seen like a Jay Tana match that I've found that was good. They were all okay at best or
They were there.
bad at worst. Jay White versus I don't know why they keep booking it, but they do.
Can we move on to the next match because I'm slowly dying.
All right, next night of Dontaku, junior title match: Desperado versus Yo. I think that's pretty clear. I think Despy retains.
I would hope.
As for who his opponent will be, I am unsure.
It's strange that they didn't have Yo pin Despy in the tag match to win.
Yeah, that would have made more sense to set this up, but they didn't. So, I'm pretty sure Despy will retain. I don't know who will face him at Tokyo Dome / Yokohama show maybe, but is that really big enough? Like,
sure,
I guess.
They don't really have any other options without Hiromu. the junior division is surprisingly thin.
Yeah, you got uh
Bushi.
Bushi, Phantasmo, and
Oh,
Es
Wub Wub comes back.
Wub
Right.
Man. When they come back and they do that match, uh, L versus L. Someone will take an L. It'll be one of the L's. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
Osprey Shingo 4.
Oh boy,
Oh, gee
this
whiz.
is this is so in doubt and unpredictable. Wow.
Wow. It's totally not like they announced Okada will face the winner of this match.
No, definitely not. Whoa, Shingo could win.
Wow.
No.
Unless they decide to make this IWGP belt the hottest of potatoes.
So just
No.
take the never open weight booking from a couple years ago.
Yeah. So
Slap it on this
make
one.
this belt mean absolutely goddamn nothing.
Oh, Evil wins it back for 10 days and loses it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. At least that had Shibata, who was holding it
That
for like
did actually.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um.
there is no chance in hell that Shingo wins here.
No. The
Gonna
filler
lose
ass.
to Osprey again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to something a little bit more interesting. The announcement of the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship. Um,
Yep.
I I like it, but I know you don't.
It's
Well, didn't. You got very upset.
my initial reaction was very emotionally charged, not thought through in any way.
No, I think it's good
Uh,
for what it is, and I think
its function of what it has is fine. Nothing wrong with that.
mm,
It's the peripheral salt in the wound of you just got rid of belts
yeah. Uh,
that we liked that were designed well
I agree with that, but this
for
belt
bland boy belt.
yeah, but I agree, but this belt doesn't really have anything to do with mainline New Japan, which is why I'm not
True.
against it. Because if it was like
Also, I have more qualms with the US belt being put on ice.
that's
Well,
yeah, that's a bigger problem, I think. But that's something that they could have fixed that. This is
they chose not to fix that problem
yeah, this is damage control in my opinion, and
for a problem that they chose not to fix,
yeah, this
which is a little awkward.
yeah, it's not a bad thing though. I think this is good because I think a lot of people do realize that not on a lot of guys on Strong are on Mox's level, and having something like this for them to float around for a little bit to build themselves up, and eventually, then once they've had that reign, they can then challenge Mox, and I think that's a lot more natural than having them just like, ooh, defend a briefcase for months on end, and then lose to Moxley inevitably. Whereas like, I think if you at least because that was my problem with the Kenta thing. At least if he had held the belt, if they had just given him a
If he
belt,
won and they solved this problem, we wouldn't need this
yeah,
belt,
yeah,
and we'd be all glory.
I mean, yeah, even yeah, it's yeah. Um, I think the field is good for the people who are going to be in the tournament,
It is.
and I think the people
The
who
field for the cup is good.
yeah, and I think all of the guys, I think any of the guys would be fine as a pick for the next
Most
champ.
of them, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the
Tom
worst
Lawler, Chris Dickinson,
Brody King,
Clark Connell,
Fred
also a little bit outside pick. Fred Rosser, what?
Fred Rosser, Narita, Leah Rush. Like you like
Yeah, it's good.
it's a good field. It is a mid card belt, and that's fine. Like it's good. Yeah. Who you got?
I as someone who doesn't follow New Japan Strong all that closely, I'm gonna say Tom Lawler, but I don't know.
My guess, it's hard to say because I think they could do Narita Dickinson as a rematch in the finals,
Yeah,
and
potentially.
and they could give that to Dickinson. But my current pick is Rosser. I think he makes the most
Cool.
sense. Yeah. So
So you're saying Fred Rosser eventually dethrones Moxley for the US belt?
yeah, why not? At least he'll be there full time.
Yeah.
Like that's my problem. Like the main issue I have with Moxley being champion is that he's not there. If he was there, I
He's
wouldn't
just not.
care. That's not the problem. It's that he's not there enough.
Too busy feuding with the Bucks and stuff.
Oh yeah, they've officially reformed Bullet Club on AEW. You know, They
Whoa.
now the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers and we are the Omen in the sky. It's just hey
What
man,
what's the other one? Devil's on your six.
the
Whatever.
devil in me. Yeah, the devil. The devil. Yeah,
The devil
in
in you.
me. He's in your six. It's so bad.
We need everyone to have like a backup Impact theme, just to have a terrible one.
Oh, and Finn Juice's was quite bad.
Oh,
It's quite generic Rocky and just weird and just
Romero.
what Rocky? Oh, no, Maya Mia.
Romero. Oh, no, lovely.
Even more generic Rocky. hmm Uh,
So this predictions segment of the podcast is so long because New Japan have decided that we need about 58 big event shows in the span of a month.
yeah, there's a lot of it. Um,
There's still a lot.
uh, I mean, we have some cyber fight. We could talk about the Stardom show as well, but yeah,
Because
it happened. That's all there is
either
to
way, last thing, Okada challenging for the belt
Ugh.
after Shingo.
Gee, and he's against Osprey again. I wonder who will win.
Oh, but it's Nuge booking. Osprey could just lose.
He could. Yeah, very easily.
Get your obligatory one filler defense in and then lose.
Yeah. So we would have the first two IWGP World Heavyweight Champions would suck. So
Yes.
just enjoy that in your thoughts.
Oh, but New Japan tradition can't have a good first world title reign though.
No, apparently you can't have a good.
Not allowed.
Yeah, so they said that to the two people who held it first, as opposed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, I can't see Osprey having a long reign.
No.
It's if you
He's
had
not holding. He's not holding it into G1.
no, like you can't have him main event Wrestle Kingdom, right? Like, there's nobody. There's not a match big enough for that.
It's Okada Jay is the main event, isn't it?
I think that is the main event. That makes the most sense. It has the most story. Like, is it
It's
gonna?
it's the one that they haven't booked in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, it's. I think. Yeah, I think Osprey will probably lose the belt by fucking
Dominion.
Dominion. So aka he'll lose it to Okada, or no, he'll lose it to Okada because he won't lose to Jay.
No.
And then Jay's gonna win the J1 because that's what they're gonna call it.
The J1.
J1, haha. He'll beat like. Fucking,
He got snubbed out of his new J-Pan Cup, so he's gonna get the J1.
Yeah, and he'll beat like fucking Sonata in the finals.
Sonata in the finals again.
Yeah.
And loses.
That's what's gonna happen.
That's the most on-brand Sonata booking I've ever heard.
Yep. Wins the B block. He'll win the B block again, and he'll lose.
He'll roll up Evil again.
He'll roll up Evil again and lose. They'll do it. They'll do Evil versus Sonata again. It'll be bad.
It will again.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a good yeah. Let's move on
For a
to
long one.
let's talk about some Stardom.
Let's talk about things that we like mostly.
Well.
Well.
Bushi Road continuing to bleed
Bushi
over
Road.
their back.
Bushi Road does a Bushi Road.
Yeah.
Recently we had, I can't remember the name of the show.
Yokohama Dream Cinderella 2021 in spring.
Okay, so it's always some variation of location, Cinderella, and then what other words.
All right, we'll skip past the above card matches. Sorry, Momo. Sorry, Unagi.
Sorry, Momo. Sorry, Saya. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Mina. All right, the 5-on-5 elimination between Oedo Tai and Stars. This was whoever the last person to eliminate would have to join the faction.
So this was an absolute clusterfuck, but it was quite enjoyable.
It was quite enjoyable, and then now Gokugen Death has to join Oedo Tai.
Saki Kashima being an absolute god
pinned
at the end.
Mayu.
She absorbed a chair shot and kept wrestling anyway.
Kept wrestling, pinned Mayu, and
Hell yeah.
Now Gokugen Death has to join Oedo Tai.
Yep,
It's
she does not seem very happy about it.
no. It,
She was crying all the time. It was very uncomfortable.
I am really wondering if Mayu is gonna turn on the stars at some point. Cause she's just getting more and more pissed off with everybody, like slowly but
I
surely.
don't know.
Cause like
Maybe.
with
Okay, so in the aftermath of this match, it seems that they're setting up Mayu versus Natsuko Tora at some point
yeah,
as a singles thing. So that
yeah,
might be our big leader versus leader blow off.
yeah,
That may have some kind of step added to it in relation to that.
yeah. Cause Mayu seems like she's getting more and more frustrated with how Stars
She's
keeps
so
failing. Like ever since she
she's so
lost Red Belt.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like ever since she lost Red Belt, she's been just like at a point where she's kind of stagnated, whereas she was previously like, yeah, she was the ace, and now it kind of feels like, oh, everything's kind of crumbling around her. What's gonna happen? Like her entire like first Tam leaves, makes her own group, wins the white belt, and now it's just like she can't even
Yeah.
beat Oedatai, which
Lost several members to Oedatai at this point.
yeah, it's just yeah, and it's just it seems like it's gonna lead to something, right? It can't just
Yeah.
be like,
It
oh,
need it
she
needs something.
wins
It can't yeah.
and
It needs something.
now she's
It needs
happy,
something.
she's all good now. And yeah, and then yeah, okay. Apparently, Gokugen Death is now Fukigen Death, um,
Fukigen.
which means to pout or have displeasure, a bad mood. Um,
Wonderful.
yeah. Then moving on to the white belt match. This was disappointing. It should have been better than it was.
It's sad because we are collectively big fans of Natsupoi,
And a lot of people like
but the
Tam, and
match
Tam's great.
people like Tam. I like Tam, but the match itself was there.
Yeah, it was not great. It should have
It
been
was a
better.
match that happened.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't. Oh, I don't. It didn't. It didn't do anything for me.
Something didn't click. Wasn't quite. I think I did. I mentioned this when we were watching it.
Mm.
Tam doesn't wrestle fast enough for Poi's strengths to come through.
Yeah, I think that's kind of true. Poi is a
So
very
Tam naturally does the slower storytelling paced match,
yeah. I agree with that.
and Poi does like the bajillion miles an hour, high speedy flippy
Yeah.
match.
Moving on,
So
semi-main
it's
event.
like all
Yeah. Um,
semi-main, red
semi-main,
belt,
really
not
good.
semi-main, red belt again.
This should have main evented. It was great.
Unlike the previous non-main event of red belt, this one absolutely,
This killed.
unequivocally, should have been closing the show.
Yeah. It had like when it turns out it was B's final match. That's
This
even more.
match was amazing.
Yeah. It was incredible. Like there were several times where I thought Utami was gonna lose to B because
Yep.
she hit
She just
the
straight up hit the Queen's Landing.
she hit the Queen's Landing after like a straight on like knee exposed B trigger, right? And then she put her on
Yeah.
top and then just went.
Yeah.
Utami kicked out, made her look like a badass. It was really good.
There
Um,
was all the crazy stomps outside. There was tables.
yeah, it was great. It was really good.
This was that was a main event and a half match
Yeah,
where they just did everything.
and it was nice to see that B wrapped everything up with like.
B wrapped it up. The respect for Momo, not calling her a loser.
Yeah, she's going to NXT UK.
No, she's most likely yes. Is it confirmed or?
It's not confirmed, but it's oh man. I mean, when she's flying either to America or the UK, and
There's not very many places that she
no.
that is available for her to go to anyway.
NXT, one of the brands, UK or mainline, or then like AEW, which yeah, not.
But yeah, this match should have main evented, but for reasons, it wasn't.
Those reasons being Donna Del Mundo must main event all shows. They are the gods.
Donna Del Mundo. So as our resident Julia Mark Stan person,
yeah,
I want your opinion on that. Being world champion isn't the main draw. It's just, are you Julia? Yes,
that's
no.
okay. I like Julia, but
Yes.
I'll put it like this: I wouldn't want like Nakajima to main event all the time just because he's Nakajima.
Just for under
Yeah,
the premise of being you're Nakajima, right?
yeah. Same with like if
Okay, your main event.
I wouldn't want Mizuki to do that. I wouldn't want Suzuki to do that. I wouldn't want
Yeah,
no, the biggest match.
it bears the question. It's like just put the red belt on Julia then if you want
Yeah,
her to main event everything.
like they have been dilly dallying about putting the fucking red belt on her, and they're still doing that because
Yeah,
they're putting Shuri up against Utami next.
they keep snubbing Utami's title reign
Yeah,
by not giving her these main events for the sake of giving Julia main events where it's like
yeah.
you're trying not to push her ferociously hard, but you're doing it though.
Just well, like just go all in with it. I don't care
Just
if
do it. The
yeah.
problem is you've not okay. I'm gonna rant on this a little.
Okay.
So not only did this match main event the show that it shouldn't main event,
Yeah, wasn't great.
Julia and Shuri are your new goddess tag champs.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I
Why?
it's, it's I don't really know what the answer
This
for that
serves
is.
nothing. You want to push Julia to the bloody moon in every main event. Shuri's already got a singles belt,
Yeah,
and she's challenging for red belt immediately after this.
time for them to win. Time for Julia to win red belt so they can be double champions and just all the
Ah,
belts, all the belts. you know?
we're now at the point. It's not even Donna Del Mondo as a whole running rampant and dominant over everyone. It's just Julia and Shuri.
Yeah, yeah. It really is just Julia because
Uh,
they literally
it's
beat
Julia and
their own,
Shuri running rampant over everyone, including their own faction.
including their own stable mates. Like, oh
What the
man,
fuck?
like,
Also, Shuri's facing Natsupoi in round one of Cinderella tournament as well.
yeah. Guess who's gonna win that?
Oh boy, I wonder who's winning that.
Yeah. Oh, gee. Yeah. No, Cinderella's an interesting got some interesting matchups. This.
It's
Yeah.
strange because B's not in there anymore, naturally.
Yeah, they replaced her with
Saya Ida's sadly injured,
yeah.
so she's not in there.
Ruaka takes B Priestley's place, and Hanan has replaced Saida. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think both of those are downgrades. They're just
Well, yeah.
sorry, but yeah. If you like them, good for you. But they are downgrades, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And as for this tag thing, I love Julia. She's great. She's one of my favorite Joshi wrestlers. Uh, I have, yeah, um, but I don't think this should have
This
happened.
this 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 wasn't it, Chief.
No,
This
this
wasn't
wasn't
it.
it, Chief. Like I'm all for Julia winning, but only when it's okay. Like, come on, like,
This was a pointless win that neither Shuri nor Julia needed.
yeah,
It
it's
was a main event that they didn't need. It was
a title they didn't
no
need. It's just a
title.
little.
They didn't. The only redemption I can see for this, as the resident Micah stan,
Mm,
is that Micah wins Cinderella Cup, which she won't.
no, no way.
I want her to.
I mean, are they really gonna have Micah win Cinderella and then ask for a title match with Tommy just to stretch out
To
Julia
lose
win?
again.
It's just
To lose again. No.
no, they're not gonna do that. Like, I think this was a waste, and I don't see the point in
It,
any of
it,
this.
it really was. It really was.
Yeah.
You've wasted Micah and Hameka's tag title run with
Yeah.
this.
Uh, yeah. Um. All right. Well, who do you have for Cinderella currently? Speaking of it, let's talk about who you.
Okay.
Mm,
I have full ultra bias
mm,
because they're my favorites. Micah and Konami are facing in round one.
yeah.
So one of them sadly must go in round one.
And which one you gonna pick?
I okay. Full fantasy booking hat on. Konami wins Cinderella,
Mm.
wins the white belt, and then when Jungle comes back, that's your big feud for the white belt.
That would be
I
good.
would like that.
It's not gonna
There's
happen.
very little chance that happens though.
Yeah, I don't see that. My
I'm going with my heart and saying Konami, but
yeah,
you know,
I'm not gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna say Mayu,
no.
because I think they're gonna wait. I think she's gonna win Cinderella. She
Yeah.
could face Tora in the finals. We'll see. I don't necessarily think that will happen. I think it could. She could face literally anybody, but my current pick is Mayu, and I think she's gonna hold off on that wish for a little bit, and then
Hmm.
she'll like once Tam like avenges her loss, probably to Saya, because I think Saya Kamatani is gonna beat her in round one. Is gonna beat Tam.
Right.
And then so I think that'll be like a white belt, and then third defense, Mayu Tam for white belt to do that
Yeah,
storyline.
that'd be big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's a big enough match where it's like it could main event any show really.
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Uh, I think that would either be my second or third Cinderella Cup tournament.
I think it's her third.
Third.
Which yeah, she's the ace. She
Yeah,
wins
true,
a fuck ton of shit.
true, true, true,
Like
true.
yeah, it's not like yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's her
that's
third. Yeah, that's happening. Talk about some cyber fight. I got some
that's right.
cool shit happening. This weekend we have the big show. Dino is challenging for KO the openweight, and
Mhm.
uh, Harashima and Okabayashi are challenging Eruption for the tag belts.
DDT April Fool 2021
DT April Fool, and
on like mid-April.
yeah, on the 11th.
Hell yeah!
It looks like it's got two big
It
matches.
seems fun.
It
The
seems
card
fun.
the card looks quite fun. Yeah,
Yeah, the
I'm
Akayama
excited. For the tag title match got me excited.
tag title match should be really good. They're all really good wrestlers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Eruption retains
Yeah.
because yeah. And then I think Akayama also retains because yeah.
Yes.
uh,
You know,
yeah. That's about it. I'm fine with it.
good stuff.
It's fine with it.
Minor cyber fight tangent.
Mm.
We recently had Chris Brooks produced show number 3.
Yes, we did. Really
Let's talk
fun.
about that.
Really fun show. Uh,
Amazingly fun as always.
we started off with Mecha Mummy versus Chris Brooks for the Extreme title.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
Brooks managed to retain in
With via flying, rocket punches, and all the great stuff.
and throwing Mecha Mummy into a pool.
He
And
threw him into a pool that had about 1 bottle of water in it, which is hilarious.
yep. And then the post-match shenanigans we had.
Oh,
Uh,
I think it's Kokujin Ken or
Kokujin Ken,
Mokujin Ken.
yeah,
An old like tree emerged in the smoke
yeah.
and was some. He was either challenging or communicating with the Mecha Mummy.
Yeah. It was a very confusing segment, but it was very funny. It was none of it
So
made any
that
goddamn
has
sense.
to be that has to be a match for Brooks produced number 4.
They're definitely doing a fourth one because I think they've all been very successful.
These shows do gangbusters.
Yeah, the English fans like they come over and they get that
Yes.
Wrestle Universe sub and they make their
Yes.
money's worth. It's a very I think these shows are going to kind of be like indicative of how much Brooks gets pushed because I think if
Yeah,
he is their key to the international market. Well, him and
he is, and he's definitely putting in a lot of effort to help them bridge
yeah,
that gap to the international audience.
yeah. He's also just insanely good.
Yes,
Like if you haven't seen Chris Brooks wrestle, you missed
go
out.
watch him wrestle.
Go watch him do the graps.
Do grabs.
Yeah. And then we also had some other stuff in this match. Men's Club
Yes.
versus Sona Kamina and Keigo
I did-
Nakamura and
And
Keigo.
Keigo.
Keigo's there too.
I did not think I wanted to see Men's Teo run wild in 2021,
No,
but it was great.
It was very funny. Men's Teo is.
It was great.
He is an incredibly. Oh my goodness! It was very interesting. Out of the former members of Kai and Tai, Men's Teo doing better than Dick Togo, I think, in my opinion.
On the tier list, yes.
Yeah, on the tier list, we got Taka.
Well, I
at
mean,
the top.
if Dick Togo was challenging for Kapow, it might be different, but
No, he's not. The meme value's not there. We got Men's Teo running wild when 5 people tried
Men's
to.
Teo running wild, destroying everyone.
Yep, I still don't understand the sex joke that is Men's Teo, but
Men's Teo.
it like is it menstrual?
Maybe okay. That'll be our homework for the next.
What is the
Find
sex
out-
joke that is
Find
Men's
out the
Teo?
sex reference. Men's Teo is.
Yeah. What? Is like men's tail? Like when you put a dick, when you tuck your dick around the back and just. I don't know. Like.
Okay, I don't know. I think we
uh,
need like professional analysis. Here.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody will know.
But anyway, that was a fun match.
Yeah,
Fun little thing.
was great.
It's the obligatory get your sauna club boys on the show
Literally every show
every
he
show.
has to book Shunma. Was it
Hell
Shunma?
yeah.
No, it wasn't Shunma. It was
No,
Mao.
Shunma was not on the show today.
For once,
This time
this is the first show without Shunma.
it was Yuki Ueno,
And
Mao,
Mao.
and then Keigo Nakamura, boy.
Keigo Nakamura. Goated man. Goated bold.
Goaded gets booked. Hell
Goated
yeah.
bold child. Keigo Nakamura. Not a
bold friend.
not a real member of Sona Kamina, but he's there. he's
He is there.
yeah. And then the main event.
That was fun.
Balanaki versus Harashima. Fun times.
Great match.
Great match. Fun times. Balanaki needs to get booked more for DDT. Just
He's
yeah.
been again, but you can tell that Brooks is like, right, I'm gonna get you over. We're gonna book you
Yeah.
against like the really good ones. We're gonna book you against Take at number 2, and then you're gonna face Harashima at number 3.
And then
You're gonna get over. It'd be
number
great.
4, you're gonna do challenges for Universal against Ueno, and then
You'll challenge Ueno. It'd be fucking cool.
Big fucking sick. Yeah, it was good. It was a very good show.
Very good.
Very enjoyable.
Yes.
We're still waiting on the Brooks Produce show where he books Maki because we still haven't seen that. I think that's something he still hasn't done yet, which is surprising that he's had 3 Brooks Produce shows. And
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
no,
yeah.
none of them had Ito on them. Surprisingly, you'd think he would, but no Ito.
Ito's a little busy right now.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of things. She's got the upcoming Princess of Princess challenge match
Yep.
against
Which
she's
all
gonna,
the simps think she's winning. It's like, no,
no, she's gonna lose.
you don't understand.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I would like to see Hyper Misao make a return on the British show.
Her Mecha Mummy match was quite fun. I thought that was good.
I enjoyed that match a lot.
It was very good. I'm not sure what she would do for another one. What they could really do with her. There's probably something. Brooks has a twisted mind. He'll figure something out.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
You know. Yeah. You know.
Triple threat. Mecha Mummy, Mokujin Ken, and Mecha Pami.
Oh, that's
This.
a brutal matchup. I do love Shota on commentary where he just like for the first match he's like, sorry, I gotta go. He's gonna like he shows up for like 2 seconds and he's just like, all right, nah, I gotta manage this.
No, oh wait, I'm a manager. Oh god.
Oh shit. And then he runs back over. It's just like, yeah, I'm here now. Shota, underrated person in DDT. If you haven't,
Brilliant.
he's underrated as hell.
Chavo Guerrero, very underrated.
Chavo Guerrero, very underrated. I prefer him to real Chavo Guerrero, to be fair. But
Of course, yes.
yeah. Right. All right. Well, while we're doing some more predictions, actually, we already did this. What else can we talk about? Fucking.
I can't recall other things that are on the docket.
It's probably something.
Do you want to do predictions of the TJPW title matches?
Fucking sure. Let's do it.
Sure. All right. I run them down. International Princess Championship. We have Yuki Kamifuku defending against Naoka Kuta.
Kamiya's retaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamiya's retaining.
So now it's been surprisingly protected.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she's been pinned yet.
No.
If I recall.
I don't know.
But this is where she gets pinned.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kamiya's
This is it.
retaining. I think
This is
Kamiya.
it.
My prevalent theory is that she's gonna lose the belt to what's her face? Fucking Queen's Quest.
Hikari Noah.
Yes, Hikari Noah.
Yeah.
Queen's Quest. Queen's Quest. She looks like she's from Queen's Quest. Like,
Yeah, she got that gear. She got the gear.
yeah, she's got the Queen's Quest gear.
Also, minor Hikari Noah tangent. She had a very fun
oh,
hardcore match.
that was so fucking. It's
That's
one of
cool.
the best hardcore matches I've seen without blood. Like
Yeah.
like they did not have any blood in it, and it was violent, and it was just great.
That was pure thing. Rin Yamashita was great. After the match, Hikari Noah wants to upgrade from hardcore match to full death match.
Yeah, so that's probably gonna end up with them
At some point.
bleeding.
That's like an actual blood one.
yeah, that's where they're gonna bleh everywhere. Just,
yeah.
the tag titles
But
we
yes.
have Bakuratu Sisters versus Bishkigun.
Saki-sama 3-time. Let's go.
3-time. Yep. May Saint Michelle.
May
Uh,
gonna win.
John
gonna do it.
gonna get real happy.
Gonna love it.
Yeah.
And then main event, Rika Tatsumi defending against Maki Ito.
I think obviously Rika retains, and I think that leads into a Miyu title match. I think that would make sense.
For the big
That's in
cyber
June.
fighty show.
That's in June. I don't know if they'll.
Is that maybe what that is? That maybe where you do like a Yuka rematch?
Yeah, I think you maybe do Yuka there. I think you do Miyu then Yuka, and then
Yeah.
does Rika retain is the question, but I don't know. I think that's good then.
She retains against Ito. I don't know about against. Well, we did a thing where we think Miyu Yamashita might win the Princess Cup finally,
Yeah, I think that's possible where she actually finally wins it.
and then she'll drop it to Ito
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah, and then they could do that. It's hard to
Yeah.
say if they'll do, or they could have Yuka do it, or Mizuki for the third time.
Yo.
For once again, just Mizuki wins the Princess Cup forever, loses the title match,
3 years in a row. Hell yeah.
loses the title match anyway.
Yeah.
uh, Mizuki is the Kota Ibushi of TJPW.
Nah.
She's gonna win the international title and the main belt, and then become God.
Don't do that. No.
No, they won't do that. It's fine. I think it's fine. Um, yeah, that's it.
That's pure.
Well, just one more thing. So for
Oh, yeah.
May 4th, I believe they have announced, Yuki Ueno will make his 5th defense of the DT Universal Championship against Soma Takao.
Interesting.
I think Ueno could lose that.
Yes.
I think that's a very solid possibility. I don't think that's.
He's had a fair few defenses now.
Yeah.
He retained against Sakaguchi, and he wasn't going to lose it to Okada.
Yeah.
So this could be.
This could be it.
Especially now that Endo is not
Sing.
the openweight champion.
Yeah. I mean, they just won 6-man, but like 6-man. It's whatever.
Damnation don't have a singles belt.
No, not currently.
Therefore, they could do it.
Yeah, I think it's a strong possibility that Soma wins that belt. I think that they've been pushing him for a while, and they've wanted to do a lot with him. And I think Universal is a good spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I think that also frees up Ueno to kind of go and do other things, like move up the card a bit.
Challenge. He could challenge for open weight.
Could challenge Akayama or Take when he wins it. He could win open weight. He'll win open weight eventually, but
he will. He will. Yeah.
He could win not King of DT because I think that's
Dio Grand Prix.
Dio Grand Prix probably. He could win Grand Prix. I think there is still a chance he does retain. I'm not saying it's like because there's a lot of different people who could beat Ueno for that belt. Because you got Higuchi, who is somebody who they want to push. You got Soma, who is somebody who they would want to push. You got Endo, if you want to get that belt onto him. Yeah, there's a lot of guys.
A lot of things.
Yeah. I'm gonna start currently say Soma wins that belt though. So that's
cool. I'll for the sake of predictions difference, I will say Ueno retains.
Yeah. I think it goes either way.
I'm not biased there in any way, shape, or form.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, alright, just to run down all the American things just before we head off, because there was NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver tonight.
Oh boy, we had a quite fun live watch of that, but we were. I don't. Do you stand, which makes you deliver, or do you have to deliver first for you to stand?
I believe you have to stand up in order to deliver something, right? Because you can't be sitting down delivering something.
That is true.
Or at least it won't be as impactful. You can deliver a speech sitting down, but it won't be as impactful.
You can. It won't. You won't draw the attention quite so much.
The people will be like, "What the fuck is this? Stand the fuck up, you lazy bitch!"
Just stand and deliver.
Yeah.
Your boy Bronson Reed.
Big boy, thick boy Bronson Reed. He's gonna lose.
But he's chanting Yoni Gargano.
Yep.
For the mega title.
He's gonna lose. I love him, but he's.
But what if he just like squashes the small man though?
If he does, it'd be great. He won't.
He just smushes him under his beef.
I would love for him to do that. Just drop all his weight onto Gargano, cave his chest in 1, 2, 3, win the fucking belt. But that's not gonna happen, and I'm sad.
Rip.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne defeated Kushida.
Yeah.
I did not watch the match. It was great.
Neither
But...
did I. I heard it was quite good. Walter beat Ciampa in
with a chop.
with a chop. Yeah. Um.
The match was good. Not on the level of a lot of other of Walter's matches though.
Fair enough. MSK beat GYV and Legado del Fantasma to win the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm fine with it. Apart from they pinned Zach Gibson to do it.
Liverpool's number one. Yeah.
GYV they get snubbed again.
I mean, I think MSK was pretty clearly gonna win, but yeah.
Oh well, yeah. But they pinned GYV again.
Yeah, that's a big sad. You gotta protect Raul Mendoza and Joaquin.
Oh,
Wilde.
you gotta protect them and pin Gibson. Yeah,
and you gotta protect James Drake as well. You gotta protect.
Protect Drake. Obviously, big plans.
Yeah,
big plans.
Gibson's gonna take the pin.
Yeah.
The other thing about this is
apparently the match itself. The match was good though. The match was good.
Apparently, because USA Network tweeted this out, MSK stands for Must See Kids. Yeah. 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 Because the tweet was, these must-see kids have become must-see champions.
I'm gonna need a citation needed on that.
I swear to God, if that's what they actually are being called, I'm gonna kill somebody. That's the dumbest name.
do we have to cancel you if that is their name?
Dude,
stop the fandom.
I mean, it was on the USA Network's Twitter. This is not my look.
Oh,
I'm still calling them the Rascals. I refuse to call them MSK if that's what they're called.
What, you're not going to call them Nash Carter and Wesley?
No, that's Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz. You fuck.
The must-see. Oh,
the must-see kid. They're must-see.
Yeah, there's for several years there's been a whole thing of NXT names being noticeably worse than their indie names.
Yeah.
But this one. Oh, good lord.
Wesley and Nash Carter, the must-see kids.
So are they now the MSC must-see champions?
I guess so. The must-see.
That's also terrible.
Like, it's such a bad name. Must-see kids. Terrible name.
the must. No. If you say it out of context, it's even worse.
Speaking of things that I think are bad, but I also saw coming, Raquel Gonzalez. Yeah.
Who else do they have? Io's beaten everyone.
Yeah, but she shouldn't have.
She's beaten everyone else.
She shouldn't have beaten Tony.
She's beaten everyone else. They just completely screwed over Dakota Kai and Raquel with the whole tag belt.
Yeah, this
thing.
feels even stupider because of that. It's just like that they won the tag belts and then lost the tag belts immediately.
They won the tag tournament, lost a tag shot, then they brought in new tag belts, were given the tag belts, and then lost them immediately.
Yeah.
But at least there's a little bit of a thing here that Raquel's won the belt. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's. I feel like I still really thought Tony Storm lost on the fucking pre-show of tonight's show.
She lost on the pre-show to Zoe Starks, boy.
Who the fuck is Zoe Stark?
Game of Thrones, something.
I don't fucking. I'm not sure. God damn it.
I don't know.
I don't know who this woman is. Why is she beating the thickest
wrestler? Is that because Tony's going to Maine?
Maybe. But what are they gonna do with her there? They can't.
Her beef will not be appreciated up there.
Her cheeks. God.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I mean, she has the power to just destroy tables that are in proximity. So.
Yeah.
That was Stand and Deliver Night 1. Night 2 coming up, which dates when we're recording this.
Yeah. Night 2 coming up. Do you want to predict this?
Go for it.
Balor versus Cross. Who you got?
Is that main eventing? I think it is.
I don't know. That's what they.
Because O'Reilly and Cole is an unsanctioned match.
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those two that's main eventing, but I don't know which one. So they haven't announced what's main eventing. So Balor.
Cross wins.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is that even a question? Like,
no.
that's not like an uncertainty. It's just like no. Cross is gonna kill him.
He's gonna destroy the tiny midget.
What I kind of want to happen is Balor, like the bell rings, Cross hits him with a lariat, gets him in the cross jacket, and then just kills. just
It just
Doomsday,
dies.
Doomsday
That's
Saito,
it.
1, 2, 3, and just wins the
Then
belt.
they open the show and they're like, "Why is this opening the show?" And the match is like 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. All right. Cole and O'Reilly. They're gonna try and make this the new Gargano and Ciampa.
They really are.
Like, they,
I think as much I love Kyle O'Reilly, but he should lose on the fact that he had that awful gelled haircut and denim jacket look.
he's gonna win, but
he should lose for that. The anti-drip that he brought to the table.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna win. Like I'm like 90%.
Probably.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Because then Cole can claim like, "Oh, well, you never beat me, cunt." And it's just like,
you never beat me.
You never beat me. Yeah. Gargano, Bronson.
Because I don't like Gargano, Bronson for the win.
I want Bronson to win so bad.
Please, for the beef.
I want Bronson to win so bad, but he's not going to.
Bronson.
You know. Oh yeah, I just want to bring something up. Within the time, MSK have been in WWE for like less than like 3 months, and they've already won the tag belts.
Yeah.
Remember how they were in Impact for 3 years and never won the tag titles?
Never did it. They challenged like 50,000 times.
Oh my goodness, so many tag title shots, and then they just lost every single fucking time.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Bronson Reed.
I do believe we also have a women's tag title match on night 2 as well.
Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, who should not be champions, are defending the titles against the Way. Candice LeRae.
Against the Way.
Against the Way. Do you know the Way? I spit.
Do you know the Way?
Dexter Loomis, Simp, Indy Hartwell, and Candice LeRae. Who you got? I mean, Ember and Shotzi better fucking retain. Like
I would hope, given that they messed up the belts already.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And then we got the finally the unification of the cruiserweight belts.
Oh boy.
Jordan Dublin versus Santos Escobar.
Please squash Devlin.
Yeah, Escobar should have. Like Escobar, he's the more legitimate of the two champions. He won it in a tournament.
I know he's so legit. He lost to a fellow cruiserweight, Karrion Kross.
Yeah, well, okay, that's fine. You know what? I think that's fine because Kross is winning the world title, so it's like.
What fellow cruiserweight? Karrion Kross.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin. He yeah.
Jordan Devlin. Yeah. The less we speak about him, the better.
Yeah, it's not great that he exists. That he exists.
Good.
His allegations they're still there. We don't know if
they're
very
murky. So until then, lose.
You lose. Get Escobar, Phantom Driver wins. Do the whole Razor Ramon pose with the 2 belts.
Yep.
Just go. Blah. I don't understand. They literally just did. They really did the most lazy route of this. Of like, well, we got to make a ladder match because there's 2 titles.
Oh, it's night 2, and we got to do the.
Well, it's
oh.
Every time. Like you can't just have like you couldn't have just had to do like a work rate match. You gotta do a ladder match. Just
you gotta do fucking ladders, boys.
Oh my goodness, ladders.
Ladders.
Well, that's all for that. Actually, one more thing. Who do you got, Masaki Kitamiya or Keiji Muto? You gotta. I think it's pretty obvious.
You've torn my head in a heart here, but
I want Kitamiya to murder Muto in the greatest way possible, but it won't
happen. No, Muto, second V2, second defense.
V2. Just hold out, playing forever.
I just hope it's a better match than the Kaito match.
I don't know what it's gonna be, because it's gonna be very weird.
Hopefully not as long. Hopefully.
Yeah. It's gonna be very strange, I think. Whatever it is. I don't, because Kitamiya's style, he's very.
He just headbutts Muto when he dies.
Do it! Double champion! It's just standing there screaming. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for this podcast.
That was wrestling.
That was Rassles. Um, you got anything to say
We,
to the
most, we,
people?
we mostly rambled about Sakura Genesis.
Yep. You got anything to say to the people?
No.
All right. We'll be back next week probably. Because we're doing these weekly now, I guess.
Oh, apparently.
All right. Goodbye.
Wonderful.
Have a nice
Goodbye,
day.
sir.
Have a nice day.